happening, guys? It is Sunday morning. It's about 5 o'clock now, and yesterday we got a little bit more of the old snow type stuff here. I really thought we were done with this. My father-in-law asked me last week if he could pull his snowplow driveway markers out, and I'm like, well, do it at your own risk. You never know. And well, here's the you never know. We probably got a good 5 to 6 inches of snow last night, but it's so warm, it's just compacted down. So now we got about 3 inches of wet snow. So luckily we're not in a full scramble mode this week. What day, I forget what day it was. Was it last Sunday? I don't even remember. The days are running together. I've been working on that dirt bike all week, and still haven't got it 100% figured out yet. Whatever day it was, I remember we were only supposed to get a dusting, and I planned on going out to do a salt run, and it had quit snowing late in the evening, and we only had about maybe a 1/4 inch of snow, just enough to cover the pavement. So I was going to go out and salt, and I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we had 4 inches of snow on the ground. Which, after 20 years of doing this, nothing surprises me, but it's hard to plan for stuff like that. So luckily it is Sunday morning. It is the 29th, I believe, of March. And normally by the second week of March, or first week of March, we'll get a spit of snow. Had a couple Marches where we had to plow all month and into April, but it isn't normal for us. Normal is to be done like the first week of March. And this winter just won't stop. It's supposed to be 40 this afternoon, and in the 50s on Monday, and mid to high 60s on Tuesday. So a lot of this stuff will melt away. Probably won't have to get too carried away with salt this morning, although I have a whole truckload of salt sitting here, so I was worried the other day I wasn't going to get to use it. I guess we took care of that problem. The camera doesn't look like it wants to focus very well this morning. I don't know what's going on. So talking about the old dirt bike project there, I've had a lot of people commenting on it, and that's awesome. I appreciate that. There's a lot of things I'm good at, and that is not one of them. I know enough to be dangerous. So with a little guidance and help from YouTube guys, been able to check a lot of things, and certainly look in a direction I wasn't going to normally look in. I would have never guessed electrical on that, but I'm still not thinking 100% that it's electrical, unless the magneto / flywheel is crap. I just kind of been bouncing ideas back and forth with a couple of the guys. See, that bike stuffed the cam chain on it, and the end of the mounting flange on the cam had broken off, so it wadded the cam chain up in it, and I put a brand new cam and cam chain and rocker arms and all that stuff on it. It didn't really tear anything up in the valve cover, so to speak, you know, bad enough that I would have been scared and pulled the head off of it and all that. And it after I changed that cam, it fired right up. So I just can't remember far enough along, and I wasn't the one that was riding it when it stuffed the cam chain. A guy that worked for me was riding it, and he went around and took a couple good rips on it and stuffed the cam chain, and he had to walk it back. We were just playing around with it out of the shop. That's been like 3-4 years ago. That's how long it's been. It pissed me off so bad. So I had changed that cam chain and rocker arms and all that, and adjusted it up, and it ran okay. But I don't remember if it ever ran the way it was supposed to run. I think I had this sneaky hunch that I had that larger exhaust on it, and I thought, oh well, either it needs jetted up or there's some crap in the carb or whatever, because it wouldn't rev real well. But now it's gotten worse, and what's funny, or what I think is funny, we'll say, is that you know, I was having the problems of it not wanting to rev, and I did video on it, and since then a couple times I've started it, you know, testing to see if my checks or fixes had cured the problem, and every once in a while it'll rev up. Not good, it'll miss and pop and fart, but I can give it full throttle and it'll sit there and it'll pop and fart and run, but it won't run right. So I don't want to use the words last resort, but I suppose as a last resort, because I'm out of ideas, I'm going to get a flywheel / magneto pullers, and I'm going to swap the magneto over on it, or flywheel, whatever you want to call it, the thing that spins with the magnets in it and houses the stator. I have changed the stator. I've changed every electrical component that I know of on that bike. Stator, pulsar coil or pickup coil, whatever you want to call it, high tension coil, CDI box, complete wiring harness with a spare that was on the bike that I pulled that motor out of when it ran fine before I stuffed the cam chain, all that stuff. So all the guys that keep telling me that, you know, check the spark plug for being fouled and all that stuff, I appreciate your comments, guys, but that's all been gone through a dozen times. I've changed the plug, I've cleaned plugs, which I don't have a great success in doing, but usually glass beating them off enough to look at them. I definitely noticed that when you kick it over, it seems to have a spark most of the times. It should spark every time that pulsar coil pickup passes the sensor. And I'm thinking, I did have a timing light on it, and when you get it up to that, around that half throttle range, the light starts flashing erratically and almost not at all. So this is some sort of dynamic problem, and doesn't want to get spark once you start giving it some fuel. So it's like it runs on the pilot jet, and it is not the carburetor, guys. I've had the carburetor apart a dozen times and soaked it, went through every circuit in the carb, every jet hole with cleaner, compressed air, everything, and those passages are all free. The carburetor looks like you can eat off it in the inside, it's so clean. So I know a lot of guys overlook that stuff, but you know, I used to think I wasn't very good at cleaning it, and you know, I got to a point where I run wires, little pieces of copper wire through the holes and stuff like that, just to double check and blow air and check every possible route. So as a last ditch effort, I'm thinking, possibly that when that cam chain stuffed itself, it stopped the flywheel fast enough to shear the key, or crack the key. Come on, buddy. Wake up. I know it's only 5:15, but let's go. If it stopped it fast enough and partially sheared that key, that could be it. I find it harder to believe that magneto lost its ability to generate a magnetic field that's strong enough to give proper voltage. I wasn't getting great voltage readings, that's why I went ahead and changed the stator anyway. I was only showing, like, I forget what it was low. But I'm thinking as it spins faster, it's just so weak that it's just snuffing the spark right out. Let's see how many derelict vehicles I have here from drunks leaving their cars. Oh, sweet. Sweet, sweet. Looks like we're good to go. Should probably put the truck in four-wheel drive, eh? Remember the big mountain of snow we had down here? It's still, you can see a little chunk of it right in front of the truck, and I'm going to hit it, and it's probably not going to move. Let's see if I can break that thing up and move it. I really don't want a snowplow right in the middle of this parking lot. There it went. Alright, let's see if I can move that thing now. That's why the V-plow's nice. You don't have to go hitting stuff at ramming speed to get it to move, usually. There we go. Now I can have my snow pile all the way back where it belongs. Ooh, that's a muddy looking snow. Yucko. So I'll keep you guys along for the ride as we plow the auto parts store here, and then we'll cut you loose. We don't want this thing to get too damn long. Sorry for the earthquake cam there. I'm still waiting for my mount to get into stock so I can buy it. Just not available yet. You know, it's funny, for all the snow we had, where it got trampled down, it looks like we don't have anything, but it's pushing like it's a big wad of mud and concrete. It's ready to be done with this. It has been a long ass winter. Creek. I can't believe there's no cars over on this side of the parking lot. That just blows my mind. Definitely Some heavy, heavy, heavy snow. Any warmer and it would probably be slush. Any colder and it would probably turn to straight ice as soon as I cleared it off. I'm not really hustling here this morning. I'm not under any terrible time constraint. I have plenty of time to clear my lots that are open today. Oh yeah, that's the giant pothole. There's a big ass pothole right under this truck. Oof. See if, oop. Looks like I'm losing you guys here. Wait for the city truck to go by so I don't back into him. I keep watching myself. This is a one-way street and traffic comes from the left. But I've had 2 or 3 different cars in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 in the morning, come up the wrong way on this street when I was backing out, and I wasn't looking that way because they shouldn't be coming from that way. Oh, yep, that's the pothole. I managed to work around that all winter, but not this time. That snow's too heavy. It's dragging the plow right into it, and the asphalt is soft. I'm not gonna worry about those Peter trails down there. Shit, by the time these places open, it'll be warm enough that'll be a pile of slush. Man, that stuff is heavy. You ain't stacking this shit. There's a nice pothole in the middle of the parking lot. I didn't notice it before. There we go. And one more little scrape here. Fun dragging that loading dock out. There's gonna be some heavy ass snow. get in here. That's far enough. Clip any cars. Hit one car in 20 years. I don't ever want to hit another one. It was a parked car at that. I was in college. I tried to back out of a parking spot and somebody didn't pull all the way into their parking spot and I couldn't get out and I had to do a 40-point turn to get out, and I just at the end of my turn I just nipped a corner of it. It was an old Aries K car. I'm surprised the thing didn't fall apart when I hit it. There wasn't much of it left. This loading dock doesn't look that steep, but it's steep enough if there's a lot of snow in it. We're going to be okay. Didn't want to let me back up. And there we go, we're going sideways, backing up. This stuff's heavy. I got a couple gravel driveways that I think I'm going to skip out on today because even though we got 5 or 6 inches, it's only showing about 2 or 3 on the ground. Since it's so wet. And when it's this wet, you almost need to back drag them, but if I'm getting stuck in this little loading dock, then I don't think it's probably a very good idea. I'll probably just be swimming all over those driveways. Who knows though, maybe I'll give it a shot. Oh yeah. She's definitely a little slickery. And it's warming up too. Thermometer in the truck's just 35 now. Over this a couple times. I'm afraid to back down it and try and push out for fear I'm going to get stuck. Oh yeah, that's solid ice underneath. course, the road's dry, so I'm in four-wheel drive, and that's binding things up. Try not to turn the wheel very much here. Oh, awesome. I love how these trucks, when you're spinning in four-wheel drive at different rates, because they don't have a posi, it pisses the ABS off. Well, that's it for now, guys. It's getting kind of long, so I'll catch you guys later.